moored alongside Common Gull at the diesel dock, and just left the engine running so I could have a listen, and now Pete's showing in the videos on the laptop.
Hello and welcome to another vlog. Here we are in Gailey on the Staffs and Worcester Canal. That's the A5, that's Gayy Lock, and we're moored opposite JD Boats, an ABC hire base, who run a hire fleet with Barrowshire engines in, which is the engine that's in Dreammaker. And they've just had a look to try and see why we developed that rattle on the Wigan Lock flight, if you remember. Their conclusion, nothing much wrong, probably slightly low idle and a vibrating exhaust. And the guy showed me where the exhaust went over a bracket where at certain engine revs it may well vibrate. So I think that's going to have to be the diagnosis for now, unless something goes bang, and we'll carry on.
Well, this is Gayy Lock, and this is our first downhill lock since the bottom of the Wigan flight and the two pull stop locks for quite a while. So now we're on the way down. I love this lock.
Well, there we are. A fairly short cruise to start this week's tour, but at least we've had the engine looked at a third time and no serious problems diagnosed. So I think we'll stop here and head off in the morning. Bye for now. Good morning. And pretty nice day has dawned, slightly chilly and autumnal, but a bit of sunshine, so hopefully we'll have a nice cruise down to Penkridge. Short cruise down some locks, taking it easy for the next few days, and we'll see what we do then. Come along.
And we're off.
So just walking to the first lock, which is literally round the corner. And we've done a lot of locks since we've been doing these videos, but I don't think I've ever shown you exactly what you do to work a lock. So let's put that right. So as you probably realise, locks are ways of getting you up or downhill on canals to keep them navigable, and they're basically a chamber with a gate at each end, which you fill up or empty using taps or paddles, which you open and close as necessary. So we're going down this lock, so I have to fill it up, the boat goes in, then I empty it. These are called the tail gates with the tail paddles. Make sure they're closed, otherwise the lock won't fill up. This is the head gate on the higher water level side of the lock, and I've got to open those paddles to let water into the lock and fill it up. So we've equalised. Water level's the same on both sides of this gate, so I can push it open and Judith can come into the lock. So now this gate is shut and we have to close the paddles because we're going to empty the lock and we don't want water leaking in from this end. Point for boaters: when you're going down a lock, you have to keep forward of this marker here, which marks, if you like, the bottom of the bit of canal we've just come out of, called the sill. So as you go down, if you're over that, the back of the boat will get caught on that and very bad things can happen. So the head gate's closed, the paddles are shut. Now we're going to open these paddles to empty the lock. I think you can just see the sill there. That's effectively the bottom of the canal section that we've just come out of. The gates obviously have something to seal on, and they seal on that. And you can see how you don't want to get caught on that, because the boat would pick up and probably sink. Okay, water levels have equalised, so I can open these gates. And again, I mustn't forget to close the paddles. And there goes Judith, having dropped a few feet onto the next section of canal. Final check. The gates are closed, the paddles are shut, so we're done. Only 4 more to do and we'll be in Penkridge. So when the locks are close together, it's often easier and quicker to walk between them than jump on the boat and then jump off again. I've never quite worked out the optimum distance where walking becomes less efficient than jumping on the boat, but these 3 locks are quite close together. The next one's just ahead of me there. And repeat. Various things to look out for when you're doing these locks. Today the grass is very dewy, so things can get wet and slippy. So the motto is, do everything slowly, never rush. Because when you're rushing, that's when you make mistakes and hurt yourself. Other hazards are piles of dog muck, quite often seen on locks. I suspect boaters let their dogs off their boats for a quick poo whilst they're doing the locks, but I have no evidence of that, so let's not accuse boaters without evidence. Here at this lock, we're right next to the M6, I think it is. Nowhere is the juxtaposition between boat life and modern life more obvious. Final bit of lock etiquette. You always try and let a boat go into a lock if it's set for them. So what that means is this boat is coming up the locks. If the lock we've just been in was empty when I saw them, I'd have left it empty and they could have come in and used the water. As it is, I didn't see them till I'd filled the lock, so we're going to empty the lock, come out, but leave the gates open for them so that they can just come straight in. It's a bit further to the next lock, so I'm hitching a ride on the boat. It's just after those bridges. This is a beautiful stretch of canal, but not very peaceful thanks to that big road. Looks like Dreammaker's going to get a wash. This froth in the water, well, everybody empties their sinks and their showers into the canals, but also it can be just a result of plant material, which acts as a sort of natural detergent.
It's coming into Penkridge. Nice place, Penkridge. M&B, they don't make M&B now, do they?
Well, here we are, moored just outside Gayy Lock in Penkridge. Nice little mooring this. Good access to the town, but quite peaceful. So I think we'll stay here and probably do some shopping. Well, we had a nice day in Penkridge. We went shopping twice, and then we went for a lovely little walk out into the countryside, finished off by a pint or two at the Cross Keys pub, looking down onto the canal. And now evening is falling, we're back on the boat, tea is in the oven, and I think it's time to say good night. See you tomorrow. Good morning. Bit of a dull start, but we're heading off. And where we want to get to is Tixall, which is beautiful. Those of you who have been watching these videos for a long time will know how much we love the area around Tixall and Great Hayward. That's about 5 or 6 hours away, so I'm not sure that we'll go all the way today. We might just take it easy and break the journey. We shall see how we feel when we get to the Stafford Boat Club. Anyway, time to get going, I think.
Somebody's fell in the water. Dear.
Let's go up here and I'll go help.
Yeah.
You hold the boat?
Yes, of course. Just got pulled in, I think, by the rope.
Well, here we are at a slightly breezy Tixall Wide, and we've got a special lunch: Staffordshire oatcakes, eggs and bacon. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little cruise, this lock tutorial, and fingers crossed the engine checks are satisfactory. If you want to see the canal between Penkridge and Tixall, we have travelled along this stretch of canal quite a few times, and it appears on at least 3 of our previous videos. So I will leave links to those in the description. So go and have a look at those, and you can see what it looks like between Tixall and Penkridge. For now though, I'll say bye-bye from this one. Please like, comment and subscribe. And I forget to say that you can hit the bell icon for notifications of new videos. For now, bye-bye.
You see the fish shining in his mouth. Is he going to eat it? Oh, it's eating it. Sometimes they have to bring it back up. You know, if it's not got all the scales up and stuff. Wow.